top of the morning. We're here in upstate New York now. Me and the boys, Don and Mike. I got in yesterday morning. It was a rain day, and I did some scouting around, driving around, pinned some birds, and then when they got in, started driving around and trying to make a plan for the morning. So we came here. We saw, so many birds yesterday, and there was multiple different options that we could go after today. Birds on public. But this was probably our best option out of the way. Probably most people didn't see it. These birds probably haven't been messed with. It's the fourth day of the season. It's May 4th here in New York. And we watched them go up into the woods last night to roost. They got wet. They're going to be in this field this morning. We're going to come in here, throw a few decoys out in this field, sit on this hedgerow close to where they were last night when we first saw them. And these birds should act right, and we should have an opportunity today. So stick with us and enjoy. We'll see what happens. Also, a little side note, we're gonna be throwing decoys out, but like the way these pieces sit, they're like tiny little pieces with just like one access point. So really, and we're gonna be on a field. We're not gonna be like in the woods or anything. So it should be pretty obvious to anybody if they come down the road or come in, like that they see our decoy, see our spread. Like they're going to see our truck. They're going to know we're in there. And we're only going to be a couple 100 yards from the truck. That's just where the birds were. So it's a pretty easy hunt. I don't think a lot of people get down this way. And that's why the birds are there. So typically, depending on where I am on public, I'm going to be very hesitant to throw decoys. But in this situation, it's just a plain wide open field. So that's just what's going through my head. Normally, using a decoy on public, just got to be careful. I wouldn't always do this. That's the game plan, and here we go.
Straight in front of my hand right now. Okay. Just one.
Can you see it? Yeah.
Tom.
Okay. You can see our decoy.
I think so.
Let me see. Don't move that fast. Okay.
He's below the hill.
Huh?
He's below the hill.
Is he coming?
Yeah.
Yeah, eyes in that.
Just to the left of the of the Jake. Just over his back.
Left of that?
Right down my gun barrel. You see his head coming up right now?
How far is it?
60. See his head? Walking in front of that big tree.
Oh, that's it.
something? No?
I don't know.
Oh, I'm on the field. Oh, what happened?
I don't know. It might have been a little left. Damn, that's brutal. Alrighty. Update. We just had that bird come in and came crested the hill, saw our decoys, was a little suspicious. He kind of skirted them, but was in range. And we took a shot at him and missed. There's still like 7 birds out in the field. I think there's probably another tom. We saw 2 toms in here yesterday. So that was probably one of them. And I had a swing and a miss, but it's a learning experience. So we're going to see if maybe one of these other ones gives us a shot here. We're going to hang in here, but then probably go on and try to find some fresh birds too. So we'll see what happens. Enjoy. Done. What's that?
What?
He was right here?
The what? Right there?
Yeah, but the bird was right there?
They were all standing. I had it right on his head.
They couldn't see us at all.
And I heard him. He was bobbling coming out the field.
It's like the same distance we shot that one.
What?
It's like the same distance we shot the one. We just blew these birds out of the country.
I should have killed that bird.
We should have killed the one early this morning
Yeah,
too.
but I crept right up on it. I had the creak noise. I just slipped up on it. I couldn't believe you guys didn't do it.
Huh?
I couldn't believe you guys
I
didn't.
figured they'd just work this way.
Well, I pinned it. I was like, all right, these guys are probably 30 yards
I was
to the right of me, and then I pinned it. It was only 84 yards from you to the fence.
Yeah, I know. And
The bird's down in the ditch. I stood up. I couldn't see him over here. I knew they came.
I
down here.
I could see him down in here. That car drove by, and then the tom came back into here, and then I couldn't see that.
The problem is, I pulled up. There was 4 Jakes standing there, and
I
I'm trying
know.
to pick out which one's got a long beard.
Crazy. Let's go look at where we shot the one.
Those pouches.
He didn't like the decoys. That's
He did not like the decoy.
no. That's like the that's like the other like.
You wouldn't have come across the field if you didn't have decoys.
Huh? Right. I mean, he checked him out, but he skirted him like that. We had to shoot him where he was, and like that's why you sit together, because without any communication, like that's probably you to shoot all day long. But
I felt bad. I didn't want to shoot one right under Mikey's foot.
no, because it's all the way over by you. It's like, all right, we knew like for us, all right, he's 50.
You said it's 50 yards.
We knew for us it's 50. For you, it's 10 yards closer.
You were on the double tree right?
Yeah. Like, obviously, we had already shot, so like we could have crept on him or crawled up, but I have no confidence in either of your guys' guns at this point.
Pulled up on that bird right there, and I was like, it's a done deal.
Yeah.
Like, that bird was, I went like this. I was like, Jake, long beard. Left to right, right?
Left to
So I
right.
popped up and I seen a red head. And
Yeah.
I was like, oh, do I just pull up and shoot this thing? And I was like, oh, it's Jake. I was like, I know there's a long beard in the group.
Struggled this morning. Birds came in, but not exactly right to the decoys, and we took shots through both guns. And a little bit further than you want to. Like, the one wasn't coming in any further in a wide open field. Like, so an open shot, 45 yards. And we shot their guns when we got back to camp. And their patterns weren't the greatest. So I know my gun's dialed in and is good out to that range. Even if, like, you have to take a little further shot. Like, I don't like them. I don't like shooting really past 40, but you can kill them out to 40, 45, 50. So if the situation's right, like, sometimes I'll extend it and we'll make it happen. But alrighty, I'm gonna just close out this video here. I had some time to reflect on this hunt, and just this is basically just a learning experience for these guys and me and basically everything, because, like, you gotta just think back about the setup and going in on those birds and stuff like that. Went in blind, we used some decoys, and that's like, it was only like the second or third day of the season, so they could have been messed with, but probably not. But they weren't really a fan of the decoys, and we didn't check out, they were just field birds, we didn't really check out where our hide was going to be and stuff, so it was tough in the morning, a little awkward sit. But there's just a bunch of things that you can correct moving forward, you can learn from. First thing is patterning the gun. Go out there, shoot your gun before the season, know what chokes work well, what rounds work well for you out of your gun. And then also, like, if you have the possibility to, like, and you see birds in the field and they're not in there at some point, maybe go scope out that field if you're going to hunt the field, knowing what the roles are in the field, where to set up, where you're going to hide. Just makes a little bit of a difference for, like, seeing the birds, keeping eyes on them, and then knowing your distances or the roles in the field and stuff like that. But shot was a little bit further, but definitely in range, as after looking back and going out to in the field where they were, probably 45, maybe 50 max, but with the right gun setup and stuff like that, definitely killable range, wide open field, wide open shot. Didn't get the first one, and the second one definitely was in range. Don said probably 35, so it was probably 35 or 40, and both missed. And then we went back and shot the guns, and they didn't shoot great. So just finding that choke and the rounds that you want to shoot makes a big difference for not letting those gobblers get away. And then the other thing was, I guess, like, creek noise was loud. We couldn't really hear the birds, but we could see them. They're in a field. Yeah, and the other thing I told Mike was, he's a little bit newer, but I told him when he can see those birds and they're coming into the decoys, if they're coming into decoys, they're coming, like, left to right or right to left, like, you kind of stay ready, have your gun point toward the decoy, and then sometimes they'll walk into the decoy. But if you can get it on that turkey's head without moving much, like if it's coming straight on like ours was, then as that turkey's moving, you just track it, slowly follow. So just little things for him to learn. Good learning experience. It was fun. Would love to, the objective when we're going out there is to kill a turkey, and you don't want to be wounding at turkeys and shooting at turkeys like crazy. You want to know your effective range. So that's why patterning the guns beforehand is so crucial. But to me, I didn't know any better. I didn't know that their effective range wouldn't be out to 45. I mean, we had shot the birds on Long Island, but they were close, so any gun's going to get done inside 30. But extending it a little bit further, that's where you run into your issues. Your pattern widens out. So you could definitely get like a extra full turkey choke, and that's going to give you your best chances. So just little things to improve on as we're moving forward. And then you can bounce back, and then the key is just staying on them every single day. So we been on them here, and just going to keep staying on them every day, and I'm going to keep putting videos out. So if this helped you at all, or if you liked the video, like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and there's going to be plenty more turkey content coming from New York, and I might bounce around to some northeast states around here also. So we'll see what happens. Thanks for watching again. Enjoy.